Trending news. Buhari will suffer if he fails to show Nigerians one thing, Father Mbaka says. Father Mbaka said, start preparing where to run to. Trouble is coming. Nigeria has collapsed and Abuja will no longer be a safe zone for politicians. Founder of Spiritual Director of Adoration Ministry, Enugu State, Father Ejike Mbaka, has said that President Buhari will suffer if he does not show that he is not part of those causing insecurity in the country. Father Mbaka made a statement during Sunday service at the Adoration Ministry premises. Reverend Father Mbaka, he said despite that former Chief of Staff Abakari was flown abroad for treatment, he later died. Father Mbaka said, start preparing where to run to. Trouble is coming. Nigeria has collapsed and Abuja will no longer be a safe zone for politicians. President Buhari has not shown that he is not part of the insecurity ravaging the country. You have to show that you are not part of the insecurity. President Buhari will suffer if he does not change his ways. Was Abakari not sent abroad for treatment? But what happened? He died. Father Mbaka had called for President Buhari's resignation or impeachment over his handling of the security challenges in the country. He said that Buhari has failed Nigerians woefully and that he should resign now before it's too late. He explained that Nigerians are crying because they don't have any shepherd. He emphasized that the nation cannot continue like that or like this anymore, so he has got to change its leaders. He said that God will ask Nigerians, why are you crying? We are crying because our leaders have failed us woefully. If it was in a civilized country, by now President Buhari would have resigned. Quote me anywhere and let the whole world hear what I've just said, what I'm about to say. By now, with what is happening, President Buhari should honorably resign. Isn't that a shame for him, sitting down and allowing a citizen suffer for no just cause? Why is the matter? What is the matter? Nigerians are crying. Why? Because there's no security in this country anymore. The House of Representatives and Senate should impeach the president if he doesn't want to resign, but they refuse because of their selfish interests. If the members of these two houses do not want to impeach him and they want to begin to fight Father Mbaka, something worse than that or than what they ever imagined will happen to the members of the Senate and members of the House of Representatives. Disaster is coming until the government of this country finds something useful for all youth. They are going to face disaster. A time is coming when if you are asked to be a governor, senator, House of Representatives members, you will begin to run because I'm trying to tell you that we cannot continue this way anymore. The leaders have made the youth suffer. It is time for the civilians to make the leaders suffer as well. Enough of this rubbish. Most of the reasons why you come here for prayers and not prayer projects. These are things the government should supply. The feed, pay for house rent, even to import products from abroad. Taxation has doubled. The international community cannot come to Nigeria to invest anymore. You are living or dying. God is asking, what is the matter? I'm telling God now, let him change our leaders. Meanwhile, on Sunday, there was a burglary attempt on the residence of the Chief of Staff to President Buhari, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, at the presidential villa. It was alleged that his residence and that of the administrative officer of the State House, Abubakar Maikono, were targeted by suspected armed robbers. senior special assistant to President Buhari on public and media and publicity, Malam Garba Shehu, who confirmed the incident, said that there was indeed an unsuccessful attempt to burgle Garba Shehu's house, which is located within the villa and the area a short distance away from the State House, Abuja. On his verified Twitter handle, Garba Shehu said that the presidential spokesperson or spokesman said that the Chief of Staff, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, has confirmed that there was a foolish attempt to burgle his residence at 3 a.m. this morning, but it turned out to be unsuccessful. Professor Garuba, whose house is on a street next to the villa, has assured that there is nothing to worry about from the incidents. Thank you, viewers, for patiently listening to this news. You can imagine. You can imagine what Mbaka just said. But Mbaka was the one who said Buhari will lead this country. Why can't he see the vision that Buhari, at the middle of this leadership, this kind of a thing will happen? You can imagine. But Mbaka, you had the forefront in 2015 campaigning. You were campaigning for Buhari. What happened to Kuma? You can imagine. Jonathan said that we will remember him. And look at what is happening. Are we not remembering him? Who is this country or even outside this country does not remember Goodluck Jonathan? Goodluck Jonathan never agreed to come back as they are planning to bring him back. Stay away from them and focus on the mandate God has given to you. Stay away from politicians. Stay away from politics and stop disturbing yourself. Stop wasting your time. You can imagine. Don't waste your time. You're a true man of God, so you should stop bothering yourself. You can imagine. You're the only one remembering bad politicians. All of them are the same. They were all making money for insecurity. You are there supporting them and even showing them concern, which you don't even need. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Just leave them and let go. Are you talking about the same Goodluck Jonathan you removed? May God have mercy on every one of us. Because I know that Mbaka has also sinned against God, or should I say sinned against Goodluck Jonathan. Look at now. They're begging Goodluck Jonathan for forgiveness, saying that Buhari is no longer incompetent, he should resign and be impeached. That if it were to be other countries, international country, they would have resigned him. They would have forcefully impeached him. Anyways, we are still watching. The only person that can impeach him or make him resign is God Almighty. God Almighty will frustrate him. He won't even know why or how he asked for his resignation.